Starting off, it's 7:01. Hey, looking pretty good. Okay. Welcome to Animating Stuff. All right, so we'll just start this show right now. So I'll show you what I'm working on here. All right, here it is. All right, I'm going to switch now. And there it is. Now I know you're going, what the hell's that? Well, you should say that because this is a harmony file, and what I'm doing here is if I turn all this stuff on, you'll see what it is. So each one of these things is a different layer. Now, I'm having a friend of mine help me with this, and he kind of broke every single drawing into a different layer. Unfortunately, I don't know where my main character went. Imagine there's a guy right here, there's his head, his body is like right in here, and he's in the bed like that. And what's happening here is we have this spirit that's coming out of his body. That makes sense, right? And so this is just a very quick demonstration of what we're kind of trying to do here. So this is what happens is this little blob starts to grow like this, comes out of his chest, and it becomes kind of this character that floats over to him and kind of talks to him. Okay, now I know all this stuff looks a little weird, but let me see if I can turn some stuff off. So his head is here and his chest there, and that's what I'm trying to do, is to make it look like this glowy thing comes out of his chest and it goes up like this, and that's where that peg comes in, because as you see, here's a keyframe and then here's a keyframe. So basically as he's doing this, the drawing is coming out of his chest, and I'm trying to keep it so it's not like too fast. So right here, I'm still slowing this down because I have to do more in-betweens in through here. Okay, so I've been starting off with all this. I've been doing this on 3s, and then I'm kind of going to 2s, and trying to get this to like not pop so much, but something that's very slow like that. See, something like that to there, you know, slowly going up like that. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm doing a lot of straight ahead animation just because it's kind of a organic shape, and I'm trying to get it to move and things. A lot to do here. I'm gonna be popping off about 8 o'clock because I'm not gonna stay on here all night. So so this is the deal. So we're just gonna start in betweening. So right there to there, kind of, you see it kind of moves a little quickly. So we're gonna go in here, we're gonna pull this back, and we're just gonna try to draw an in-between. Sometimes you gotta zoom in a little bit, like something like that, just so you can see more information. And so this is what I'm gonna do, is I'm gonna say like, okay, you can see kind of where his, you know, mustache kind of shape is. So just kind of whoosh that in like that, and then this one we're gonna whoosh this in here like that, and kind of make these shapes kind of blend into one another like that. Now his eyes are closed. His eyes are open, and then they kind of go into a closed. So we're gonna make a little half of that. So we're gonna kind of make a half lid like this, and put a little like that, and then maybe another kind of half shape like that. And then his brows are going to kind of go like this, and his brow kind of goes like that. And you can flip between these and just see how that feels. See that? All right. So it's closing down like that. All right, so we're here, we're here, we're here. So now we're going to go to the outer lines here and kind of curve that line around this way, curve that line kind of like that, kind of trying to find kind of an in-between shape between all these shapes, and that way it'll kind of go into that shape a little bit more easier and smoother, and kind of doing this kind of thing like this. So, all right, and then this one, we're going to bring that line kind of over like this and kind of bring these lines up kind of like that. Let's see. So you're seeing that the lines are there, and so you're trying to connect the lines and make the lines kind of feel like they're growing like that. All right. So yeah, there we go. And we can add a couple more lines, maybe start some lines in through here. And we're just kind of getting a shape right in there. So when we flip back and forth, it feels like it's growing out like very slowly like that. And those lines are kind of doing their thing. So if it's going from here to here, that looks pretty good. And then from here to here, it's going to be a little bit fast. So maybe we can add another in between in there. So we'll just open this up some more. Boom. Like that. And then do this. Okay. There we go. Alright, so now I'm looking through a bunch of different layers, and sometimes that's hard to see when you're looking through 3 layers. So I'm just making 2, so I can see kind of where that mustache is. I'm just curving these lines around like that. Curving my lines around like this, in through here. Kind of bring that line up, something like this. You know, growing the shape into the other shapes like that. See? All right, and those lines are going to dissipate. So like right in here, this line is going like this. Go down like this, and then I see that it's got kind of a jawline here coming around like that, so maybe we can kind of bring this through here like that. his eyes are kind of halfway. So we can bring that over here like this. Maybe bring that one like that. And get his, you know, his brows. His brows are kind of moving around like that. But you can see how slow that looks, right? It looks pretty good. And so this is the actual soundtrack, which I have to fill the time in the soundtrack. This is what we got. If I play this, you'll know what I'm talking about. You'll see some of this. So here we go.
I realized that something deep inside me, inside my soul, saw so clearly what I wanted. And it emerged and spoke for me.
And it took a long time to do that. So, yeah, so this is why it's taking so long to do here. All right.
Inside me.
It's coming up like that. So what I need to do is say, if he's coming out of his chest, and this is where I'm still don't know. I had a drawing of the guy who was right here, but my friend Michael took it out, and he's probably got it on some other layer, I hope, because that's kind of a crucial part of this scene. So let's see, let's go ahead and put this where it's supposed to be. So, right here. Oh, look, I've moved things around. I see. So when this is here, his chest is not there. All right. So what we'll do is we'll move him where he's supposed to be. So I'm assuming if this is his head, his neck's about there, his shoulders. So like right in here, I think that's where his chest is. So I'm going to put it like right about here. And this will fade up. As he gets bigger like this, he's growing tall, you know, bigger. The glow is getting bigger. He's about there now. So maybe we need to have him, I don't know, over here. Yeah. And then he's going inside me. Alright, so here he's over this way. We still haven't established that. So let's move him a little bit over this way. Kind of playing this by like eyeball. Inside me. He's kind of going here. And then that's the other thing. You got to make sure there's like we're zooming in with the camera. So like that's what we got right there. So there's a lot of room in here for something. So that's where we're trying to get that deep inside me. He comes out of the guy's chest. Oh, that's disgusting, huh? Inside me. So there we go. So now let's see if that does something weird. Looks like he's kind of moving around. So maybe we can let's see. We could delete this key just to see what happens. So it brings it back. Okay. Deep inside me. So he's coming out of that spot, and so the key here is just to keep. When he's coming out of that spot has to stay there, and then he's gonna kind of snake his way out like this. So maybe as we're going this way, we might have to adjust this. So this is looking pretty good. And then maybe this one here, we'll just try to keep it on a keyframe here like this. And if he's coming out like that, from the next, going from the next, like on through here, and then when it goes way over like that, ooh, that's pretty big. So let's go ahead and put him, this drawing. So here's what it is. Right now this is my, it's on this one here. So I actually want to move that key. Right now this is on the peg, so if I go like this, and I go like that, now I've got it on my actual frame there. I'm going to pull him back a little this way, and I'm going to make him bigger. And this is where it gets tricky because it's on a peg right now. And if I make him bigger, it's going to kind of fight me. So let's put it there, and we'll just take this and we'll just play around with the size. So there's our character, and this is the peg. So I'm going to make the peg bigger. Now see, when I do that, you notice that it makes the other one. So there. So it's going from here, it's growing out like that. And it goes out pretty fast. So what we're going to do is, we don't want him to knock into the into the thing there. So we'll do this. We'll move this over.
What do you see with your mind's eye?
So now where he came out of is like right there. So as he goes this direction, what I might do is change this, because it's impossible to make that tail stay right here, especially when you're moving this out. So I might have to change this up and make this into two things, so I can just deal with one layer where I've got the pulsating organism like right here. That right there has to stay there. So what I could do is this. I have all this all set up. All I have to do is make another thing, and maybe we can say like I don't know. What do you call that? Spirit. What would you call it? Spirit hole? I don't know. That sounds very disgusting. Let's see. How about we just call it spirit target, maybe? Just so we know that that's where he kind of comes out of. Or target. There we go. All right. So we got a spirit target. Okay. Now the thing about this, I kind of created a problem because I've got the spirit target right now attached to the same place as this peg. So I'm going to have to unattach this, because this whole spirit is going the same place. And now I've got a little problem, because this spirit here is attached to all this other stuff. So I might take that spirit target and put it down here so it's not attached to this. So when the tail is moving away like that, so I could do this. I can, you see what I'm saying here? You see this? Like, this is kind of what I want to do. I want to keep this drawing right here, this one. Looks like a weird tongue thing. I don't know what, maybe it's a spirit tongue. No. Okay, so target, where are we? Target's right here. So if I put, it starts to go away there. If I, yeah, so let's do this. Let's go ahead and grab the latest one right here. Here we go. See, there he is. All right, now watch this. This is how you solve stuff. See, this is how you do that. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Well, I do, but see, oh, and see, it's on a different size. See, that's why it popped over here. See, it's very small. It's not the same size as it was. So we might have to kind of eyeball this and blow this up. I have to get closer to see what we're doing here. Kind of line up this target right here so it lines up to that drawing as best we can. Something like that. Okay, so as long as it's here and then it's here and then it starts going away, see, we can make a bunch of these, just shift click. And so now, see, that's where his chest is. So now we can keep his chest, you know, we can keep that ball of whatever that is staying right here. Okay. You see that? You see how that works? So I'm using two different layers to kind of keep this thing, yeah, something like this. So I might have to redraw this. I'll just redraw this up here like this. I could kind of do that. Alright, so now as my guy goes back like this, that target thing is going to stay there. See? And you'll say to yourself, you say, well, you know, yes, I know that, that's very interesting, but that target is going to be like not moving now. So look like kind of like it's stuck there. Well, you can adjust that. You could do something like this. You could draw that one, and then you can kind of keep it alive by just drawing it a little bit different there. And then maybe this one here, we can do another one like this, and kind of, you know, just a little. You don't have to think about this. You just kind of do this like that, and like that, and there you go. And so now, if I pull this back to like there, and I click on this, and I pull this one back to there, now I've got three things. So it's gonna like kind of move. It's gonna be kept alive. All right. So here, what we'll do is we'll take this one, we'll move it there. So this is on threes, 1, 2, 3, and so we could just copy all this stuff. Let's see, this one and this one's the same. So if we just take these three drawings like this and copy them, and then put them right here, we can open this up. We can get rid of all this stuff. Just minus, right? So now we got a cycle. We have a cycle that goes from here to here, and then it goes back. So if we do this a few times like this, a few more times like that, a few more times like this, and if we connect that line
inside my side,
it's a pulsating
side my side.
See, it's pulsating away. You know, you can do it a few more times if you need to. But yeah, now it feels like it's alive. That line is alive. Let me turn off the onion skin so you can see. Right? So that's a great way to keep that thing there centered, so that you're just connecting. You can make the head go wherever you like now, and it's going to stay coming out of that guy's chest, and hopefully the chest is there. Otherwise, if you're moving something on a peg like the head, there's no way you can keep that tail centered right there. So it has to be something like this, where you're, you know, he's going up like this, right? And then you're just kind of going back and trying to keep just connecting it, you know? So you're just like, if that's where he's supposed to be, like that, you're just trying to connect the lines, you know, so they kind of stay connected. There we go. And I hope you enjoyed this. And again, I'm looking into doing an Anijam. So if you're interested in doing an Anijam for Halloween, I'm gonna get some information. I'll put it in the community tab up there. And if you're interested in joining in, all you have to do is have some way of animating, and it can be in color, it can be in black and white, but it's going to be in the theme of Halloween. So if you enjoyed this episode, you can push that button to subscribe, or you can look right here, this one here, whoops, this one over here, that's a last year's Halloween show, and this one is the Anijam project. So see what you think, and we'll see you next time on Animated Educated.